am, standing on a corner in downtown Chorlton-cum-Hardy, minding my own business, reading this week's NME. And what do I see on the cover? This charming man, Morrissey, whose group, the Smiths, from Manchester, have been voted Group of the Year in the NME poll. Not only that, their new album has gone straight into the charts at #1. What's it all about? If you haven't yet experienced the Smiths phenomenon, follow me. The Smiths, in rehearsal for their tour, which begins next week. And the man at the microphone, well, I used to know him as Stephen. But now they call him Morrissey. To some people, Morrissey is the Smiths. Which is really pretty unfair, considering there are 4 people in the band and considering that they can't do much out there without good drumming and bass playing. Do you two ever get annoyed at the attention given to Morrissey?
No, not really. I think he deserves the attention he gets.
Oh, come on. There must be a little... Sometimes when you think it's all Steve Morrissey up there.
Well,
do you never feel
Well, we know that we're appreciated, so, obviously, if we don't do interviews and we're not on the TV, like, every hour like Morrissey is, then we're not going to be asked anything, so, that's fine. We're happy where we are in the background.
Yeah,
our time will come.
There have been accusations, particularly from me, that you're a northern group who are traitors because you moved to London.
Well, at the time we had to move to London just so we could keep an eye on the record company at the time, but now everything's turning over nicely. And we had a lot of concerts down there.
You've moved back, haven't you?
Yes, we have, yeah.
It's good to know it, and about time too, as well.
We're glad, as well.
Settle down, they must be taken in hand. A crack on the head is what you get for not asking. And the crack on the head is what you get for asking. Taken in hand. Unruly girls who will not settle down, they must be taken in hand. A crack on the head is what you get for not asking. And a crack on the head is what you get for asking. You get for not asking. And the crack on the head is what you get for asking. A crack on the head is just what you get. Why? Because of who you are. And a crack on the head is just what you get. Why? Because of what you are. A crack on the head.
Smiths have just released the second album proper. It's called Meat is Murder, and it's described in one of the music papers as the first chart-topping rad veg LP. Carnivorous Mark Ellen went to see the band, putting the final touches to the record, and talked to Morrissey and Johnny Marr about the controversial title.
The last night at the fair, by the big wheel generator, a boy is stuck and his money is grabbed in the air hangs heavy like a blowing wine.
Well, I think the statement is well, self-explanatory, really. And we use it because we feel that popular music should be used in order to make serious statements. Because so many groups sell masses and masses of records and don't raise people's level of consciousness in any direction. And we find that quite sinful, especially in these serious times.
How would you like people to react then to the title of this LP?
Well, if they eat meat, I'd like them just to think about it and just to take it from there, really. Because there doesn't really seem to be anything else in modern life that makes people think about this subject, really. I mean, I think many people are still under the assumption that meat has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with animals. You know, animals play in fields, etc., and meat is just something that appears on the plate. Which is quite strange because on many, many other issues, I think people have become very aware and very enlightened. But on this very brutal, barbarous issue, you know.
I was happy in the haze of a drunken hour, but heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. In my life, why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or die? Two lovers entwined pass me by, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. In my life, oh, why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or die?
Your manager says that the LP is the Smiths' Sergeant Pepper. Is this an accurate description, do you think?
I wouldn't say so, no. It's quite different in that, I mean, we have produced the LP ourselves. And I think in many ways it's a lot more direct than maybe our records have been so far. But Sergeant Pepper, I'm not too sure about that one.
The rain falls hard on a humdrum town. This town has dragged you down. Oh, the rain falls hard on a humdrum town. This town has dragged you down. No. And everybody's got to live their life, and God knows I've got to live mine. God knows I've got to live mine.
It was written on an acoustic in a transit van going down the motorway, and I had this acoustic and I just started going.
It was so hard. can buy the ring. She doesn't care about anything. Would you like to marry me? And if you like, you can buy the ring. I don't dream about anyone except myself.
Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of my Smiths album deep dive series. Today I'm going to be talking about their second studio album, Meat is Murder. Now, in the intervening period between their first release and Meat is Murder, the Smiths released this compilation, which contained a number of their A and B sides, to some singles that they released after their debut album, as well as some of the recordings from their appearance on the John Peel BBC radio program. Now, for the album itself, Meat is Murder is probably my second favorite Smiths album. I feel like it is such a light year step forward from the debut album, and it really is enjoyable from top to bottom. The Smiths produced the album themselves with help from engineer Stephen Street. It was released on February 11th, 1985, and was the only Smiths album to reach #1 on the UK album charts. The cover photograph is of American Marine Corporal Michael Wynn, which was originally taken in 1968 for the documentary film The Year of the Pig. The wording on the helmet was changed from Make War, Not Love. The album opens with Headmaster Ritual, which is a fantastic opener and Marr's most ambitious arrangement to date. The song has a jangly guitar line with a double-tracked Rickenbacker serving as the main riff. The lyrics are a critique of the British education system and corporal punishment. Marr has said it took him 3 years to write the song, the longest of any Smiths composition.
The two tens in this, enough say it. So for a riff like a so it works for that kind of thing.
whacks you on the knees you in the groin, elbow in the face. Bruises bigger than dinner plates. I wanna go home, I don't wanna stay.
Rush Home Ruffians borrows its acoustic riff from the Elvis Presley recording of Marie's the name of his latest flame. The title refers to the residents of the Rusholme district in Manchester, England. The song has a bouncy bass line and lyrics about teen alienation and violence set against the backdrop of a local fairground.
Last night of the fair, by the big wheel generator, a boy is stabbed when his money is grabbed and the air hangs heavy like a gulling wine. She is famous, she is funny, an engagement ring doesn't mean a thing to a mind consumed by brass and money. And though I walk home alone, I might walk home alone, but my faith in love is still too foul. The last night of the fair, from a seat on a whirling waltzer, the skirt has sense for a watching eye. It's a hideous trait on a mother's side. From a seat on a whirling waltzer, the skirt has sense for a watching eye. It's a hideous trait on a mother's side. And though I walk home alone, I walk home alone, but my faith in love is still devout. Then someone falls in love and someone's beaten up, and the sense of being dulled are mine. And someone falls in love and someone's beaten up, and the sense of being dulled are mine. And though I walk home alone, I might walk home alone, but my faith in love is still devout. This is the last night of the fair, and the grease in the hair of a speedway operator is all a tremulous heart requires. A schoolgirl is denied. She said, how quickly would I die if I jumped from the top of the parachute?
I Want the One I Can't Have has an acoustic and jangly rhythm with gorgeous washes of surf guitar. Morrissey gives an impassioned vocal performance and sings about someone who feels unable to act on his attraction to a member of the same sex. A great performance in one of the Smiths' most underrated songs, both lyrically and musically.
On the day that your mentality decides to try and catch up with your biology, come round, 'cause I want the one I can't have, and it's driving me mad. It's all over my face.
What She Said has a frenetic rhythm with furious drumming from Mike Joyce. This might be the heaviest song in the Smiths catalog. Morrissey's lyrics take the perspective of an erotic woman who, among other things, smokes because she's hoping for an early death. A great song and fantastic ensemble playing by Marr, Rourke, and Joyce. That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore has to be a contender for the greatest Smiths song, not only for the brilliant arrangement by Marr, but for Morrissey's achingly vulnerable lyrics. Morrissey has admitted in interviews that the song was partly a response to journalists who tried to expose his mopey posturing as fake. The song has a waltz time signature that lends the song a mournful, melancholy feel and has some of the most interesting chord changes of any Smiths track.
Park the car at the side of the road. You should know time's tide will smother you, and I will too. When you're left without people who feel so very lonely, their only desire is to die. But I'm afraid it doesn't make me smile. I wish I could laugh, but that joke isn't funny anymore. It's too close to home and it's too near the bone. It's too close to home and it's too near the bone. More than you ever know. Struck me, I just might die with a smile on my face after all. I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine. I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine. I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine. I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine. I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine.
The US version of the album opens up side 2 with How Soon Is Now, originally the B-side of William It Was Really Nothing, and also appearing on the Hatful of Hollow compilation in 1984. The song stands as one of the greatest new wave anthems of all time and is the band's signature tune. The chord changes of the song developed after the band began jamming around the Elvis Presley song That's All Right while smoking pot. The song was produced by John Porter, who suggested a tremolo guitar effect. This was created by running the original guitar track through the studio desk into 3 separate Fender twin reverb amplifiers, each with the tremolo control set to a different oscillation speed.
The sun and the air of a shyness that is criminally vulgar. I am the sun and air of nothing in particular. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does. The sun and the air of a shyness that is criminally vulgar. I am the sun and air of nothing in particular. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? Everybody else does.
Weere Fast is a rockabilly tune most notable for Morrissey's controversial lyric about mooning the Queen. I love the surf guitar on this song and the chugging rhythm. It's a great up-tempo pop song with a retro feel. Well, I Wonder is a beautifully romantic and melancholy song with a great lead bass line and nice acoustic strumming from Marr. Probably the fewest lyrics Morrissey ever wrote for a single song, but they are powerful nonetheless. Some great falsetto singing near the end of the song. The mood is very dreamlike and chill, almost hypnotic at times, and it's one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Well, I wonder
Barbarism begins at home as a funky jam highlighted by Rourke's fantastic bass line and some R&B riffing from Marr. Probably the only dance song written about corporal punishment. The groove that the band settles into is so intoxicating, and you can tell Morrissey is having a blast at the end of the song with his wild vocal acrobatics. Meat is Murder is a pro-vegetarian song, and the lyrics are certainly Morrissey's preachiest. There are some interesting sound effects here meant to replicate the sound of a slaughterhouse. There's some backwards effects and dreamy guitar from Johnny Marr. It's an interesting way to close out the album. Not one of my favorite on the album, but nonetheless, I think it still stands as a very interesting track. All right, so that is my deep dive into Meat is Murder. Let me know what you think of the album. How does it rank for you in terms of the Smiths discography? Hope you're enjoying this deep dive series, and take care.